Hi everybody. As you will see in footage later in this video, everything we did was for nothing. Now, maybe not exactly for nothing, because the mixture that I put out is only supposed to kill them after they consume it, and it swells in their stomach, and basically their insides get clogged up and pretty much explode inside. So it's not an instant thing. It's not a poison. But it does take, it's not instant, so yeah, it's just not instant, okay? And there are other things I could have put in. I could have put in plaster of Paris, like, you know, I used what I had here at the time. And I have a new solution of it made up in that mayo jar down there, and it contains cornmeal mix, and the potato flakes, and a little cocoa, and a lot of baking soda. Now, if my husband gets plaster of Paris, I may add a little bit of that powder in there too. But for now, you know, that's refill. I will tell you, this game camera was actually on the floor, pointing at this corner down here. This is where it's coming in. And I'll let you see that in a second. That screen is just sitting there. It used to be for an old pop door, a screen across a pop door in the other building for the chickens. And I just put it there. I thought, well, I'll just sit it there. It didn't do any good. The only thing it did was, once they got out, and there were two, once they got out of the hole and kind of went under the screen and up in the barn, they had a hard time figuring out how to get back out. And so what they did is, let me show you something. They ate this. This right here, I hate this pop door. A roll-up door. I hate this roll-up door because it doesn't go all the way down. It has a weather strip, but I put on pipe cleaner to maybe, you know, keep it low to the ground so water wouldn't come under. And I'll come in here, I'll show you. What happened is, I don't know if I can even, I don't know if I can get this to focus here, because it's backlit. So anyway, I'll show you. This back area right here is the problem. This area right here is the problem, because this is dirt under here. Well, it's actually, they call it M10. This building was put on the ground on a base of M10, which is maybe, you know, fine crushed gravel. And I put this barrier down, which, you know, is not going to keep anything out. So it's very thick black plastic. And then we put the building on top of it. And the floors, these floors were built up over the top of the ground, over the top of the plastic. So they're basically open to the ground. Except for this right here, which we never finished. Well, we've had mice come in because they go around the dip in that floor in the door, and they go around the track and they come in the other side. So that is what they do to get the mice do. But the rats can't get in there. They're way too big, as you can see from the video that you're going to see today. I put that game camera in here, and it was set, and except for two pictures, there's only two pictures of my own feet as I was leaving after I set it up. Go back in there, Mace. Get out here. Go back in there, Mace. Go on. Except for that, this morning there were 86 triggers on this. 86. Now, I set it for video and photo, so half of those were photographs, or were pictures. The rest was short 10-second video clips. Tonight, I'm going to put it on 15-second video clips only, no pictures. So it'll run a little bit longer, but I'll have to show you what's going on here. This section right here, now we had this was part of the floor, and you see these feed cans. These feed cans sit on top of that, raised up off the ground, and that's where I keep my feed. Well, those are all plastic. I've got metal cans on the other side. I should change to all metal cans, because a rat could chew through that if it was really dedicated. And this right here opens up, and we just left it hollow, left it open. Well, apparently rats have tunneled underneath. They came through. See, this pen's about 5 feet wide. Sorry about the towel. That's to keep wind down when it was colder. This pen right here is about 5 feet wide from here to here. And around this building, we have this gutter. Because when they built this building, water kept coming under the wall. And so we put this, it's actually landscape dividers right here. Landscape, I forgot what do you call it. It's to put around flower beds, you know, to delineate the space. We put that down and we concreted it in, right? And this concrete gutter goes down. It's all cracked up now because this building was put up at the end of 2015, so it's been here a while. We put up these gutters and they're cracking and everything. But I'm trying to figure out where this thing came in, because it came in, tunneled under here somewhere, and came out the corner, and it came out under that box that you saw. And I've been trying to rake out these leaves that end up every fall so I could see, because there's a concrete gutter all along here, and it dips down and then it goes up this rock wall here. So I'm trying to figure out where the stupid rats tunneled from. That's what I don't understand. Where do they come from? Because this has concrete all the way around. They would have to go through here and underneath here and then come up inside the building. You know, I guess you're a dedicated tunneler, that happens. But anyway, it has a concrete gutter, so it's not like it's just sitting on the ground and they just go through the dirt. They have to go to the concrete or come under it, one or the other. So we patched it, and this is not a hole. Well, that wasn't a hole. Let's say that wasn't a hole. I guess it is a hole now because they've tunneled the dirt out from under it. I just sat this here last night. This is where they've been coming in. It's under there, and under here, and here. And let me show you something here. Now I put some bait in here. Let's see if I can get this done without this cord going in front of the camera. This right here. There was a hole back there. See that patch back there? There was a hole back there. That came out there. That's bait. There was a hole in there. They didn't come through there last night. So maybe it's finally hardened enough. And I put a lot of poison and that mixture back down in there. Not poison, but like the decon stuff. That's these little pellets here. And, you know, you don't want the chickens to see those because that looks like they're layer pellets almost. But it didn't get in from here. So it came under that whole thing of concrete. This is what we concreted the other day, because that's where they were coming in. From under that floor, under here, in the box, and then they tunnel out underneath it. Well, they can't, they didn't do that last night. They came in here, and then they dug this hole, which is from this overnight, and this is where the concrete was. I mean, there was concrete here. That's where the concrete was. So they came through there, and they came in there. Now, what we're going to have to do, like I said, it's war, and wars are not fought overnight. I can't even speak today. I can't hear very well because I still can't hear, period. I can't, let me put this back down so the chickens don't mess around down in there. I just don't want them dipping their little beaks down in there and get a pellet or anything. So I just don't know what really to do, except for what I need to do is get wire, because concrete work, you always put wire mesh under it if you're really building something. And what I need to do is I need to put wire down, and then I need to concrete over the top of it. It's going to take probably 3 bags of concrete here to do this. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to be under this floor. That don't mean that. I mean, and they probably were all along. I mean, this building has been here for a long time. And they probably figured out how to get in there. And all of this is open. Now, this has, you know, the floor support. So there's boards every which way. And so it's in sections. So they can't probably get all the way back in there. But this is what they chewed when they tried. You'll see in the video, and it's interesting. When they tried to get out, they got in from here and lifted this up and came out that edge. They couldn't figure out how to get out, and they were desperately coming around. And then you can see a place on one of the videos where they realize they've got to chew out by doing that. Now I can put more of that pipe stuff down. I can saturate it with all kinds of essential oils and stuff that may not taste good, but it's not going to be a permanent solution. What needs to happen is I need to eradicate the colony that's under there. Oh my, and the thing is, you know, these solutions, these mixtures, as long as they have something that causes them to have gas and then will bloat up inside of them or harden like plaster Paris, which I just didn't have on hand at the time, When you do those mixtures, it takes a little while. One guy I watched on YouTube said he tried everything. He tried everything. The bucket method with the roller, we tried that years ago with just mice, so it didn't work. We didn't have them in our building. We had them just outside. And we were trying it outside. It just didn't work. So, I mean, they just licked the peanut. They were, I guess they were big enough rats they could get up there, and maybe possums or raccoons, and were licking peanut butter off. So that didn't really work at the time. And he tried everything, literally everything. Those little sonic emitters, they don't work. He had them in his house after a while and under his crawl space. So he finally lucked out on this mixture, and he started using it. And he said the rat population began to decline pretty rapidly after that. It didn't go away, and it's gone way down. I don't know if he finished completely eradicated the rats or what, but he pretty much killed off the colony. He kept putting the bait out, they kept eating it, that kind of thing. So it's not instantaneous like a poison would be, like a poison. So anyway, this is the problem I've got to fix. And it's just going to be an ongoing battle. Wars have a lot of battles to them, don't they? Oh, by the way, also, that rat trap, it was down there in front of where those poles sit on the ground. It was down there next to some bait in a container. And it was triggered this morning. No rat in it, of course. What I'm going to have to do if I set those again is remove this thing and set I have two of the big rat traps. I can set them right here on the floor, where as soon as they come out of the hole, they end up hopefully walking into it, onto it, or whatever. They'll be baited with some peanut butter. The peanut butter I had on there was really old. It was something that I had left in the barn from years ago baiting traps, or last year baiting traps, and it was hard, and it really was kind of crumbly, so that didn't do any good. It has to be something they have to lick and work at to get off. So that's what's going on in the barn at the moment. I wish I could have afforded to concrete this entire floor when we had the barn built. But at the time, this was thousands of dollars, and I just couldn't afford to do that. That would be a lot more money added to it, and I just couldn't afford it. Now, it's payback time. Even though it wasn't my fault that I couldn't do it at the time. I wish I could take all these pins out, everything out of here, and concrete under there. I could take out sections of the floor and concrete under there into sections, but a lot of the walls are built on the floor, on the 2x4s on the floor, 2x3s or whatever the heck we use. I can't remember. But yeah, this concrete gutter goes all the way around here. And yeah, it's breaking up here on this side. But I mean, obviously, if they get under here, they could tunnel straight under there and just follow the dirt. And I don't know how to solve that. We can fix these gutters. It's still got the gutter around it, but I don't see any holes. I don't think there's a hole down here either, is there? No, it's just a gap. It's not a hole. So, and these are big. And you can see, you'll see in the videos, they're big. So anyway, that's the chicken thing for the day. I'll have to get this done. And this concrete just cracked all the way up. It's cracked up really good. But I see no holes. That's the thing. I don't see any entrance points. Oh, Athena, you like that sun, don't you, girlfriend? Sweet old Athena. You're an old lady, aren't you? You big old thing. It's nice today. So nice. So, I can't, people, you look at suggestions and they always say, well, clean out your food. Don't leave food out. I have to leave food out. I don't leave it out here. I mean, I don't leave it outside. I'll give them a pile of scratch in the morning and they'll eat it all. And they'll work on it all day long, all the different groups. But I don't just throw scratch out into the leaves. I see people throwing food out for their chickens on the ground all the time. I'm thinking, you dang well better have a lot of barn cats or dogs. Because my cat's blind now. He can't even see to hunt. He would have hunted, but he doesn't go. He would never go in the barn. He'll walk in sometimes, but he didn't like it. Those feathered things, they chase him sometimes. They make a sport of chasing poor old Finn. So he doesn't go in there anymore. He'll go in the chicken pen, but they make him nervous. So anyway, I don't have any barn cats. My husband does not want another pet. I don't know what I can handle at the moment. I feel like every time I turn around, there's another problem, and that problem doesn't get solved, and they're just piling up. And, Mace, get out of that bag of shavings. Look at that. I gotta show you this if you think in focus. Get out of the bag of shavings, Mace. That's a good clean bag, and then things are expensive now. Get out there. Boy, get out there. Don't do that. Don't waste my shavings. You don't pay for them. Anyway, I've been trying to sweep this hallway of shavings, which they all have food in them. I could clean out everything in this barn. Everything. And once the chickens go back in to eat, there's going to be food in the shavings. There's going to be food on the floor again. You can't help it. They dig through to get what they want. So, hey, Mace, you're trying to figure out what's going on back here, huh? Well, maybe you should not go back here. Maybe you should not go back here, buddy, huh? I'm not using my gimbal today. I didn't think I'd need it. I didn't think I was walking out in the pasture or something. Anyway, so that's the thing. Say hey, Mina. Say hey, Miss Mina. She's still with me, believe it or not. That's the toughest little old hen I think I've ever seen. Okay, y'all. Well, that's the chicken portion of my offering for today. Stay tuned for the video at the end of what happened all night long in my barn. Bye, y'all.